Hello, everyone. I'm my friend Lola Brown here, and we're here to talk about your inspiring story and how you got your business launched and off the ground. And we're so happy for you. And friends, Lola is here to just give you some encouragement and hopefully a smidge of inspiration. So I'm so grateful you came here to join us for this conversation from your car, which is great.
And
Um,
from my car, we just got to figure it out when we can.
yeah, we'll figure it out. This is how it goes. So tell us a little bit about your business, what you do.
Yeah, sure. So thanks for the invitation. This is really cool. My business is focused on helping people that are complete novices learn financial education, specifically as it relates to investing in the stock market. So that in a nutshell is what I help people do, and I help them learn about the stock market. I offer different programs on different types of trading techniques, and yeah, that's what I do.
That's very cool. How did you even get into that?
Yeah, so a family member started trading, and I'll tell you the backstory just quickly. So I'm a lifelong learner, and I was in school. I was tired, just busting out all-nighters and all that sort of stuff. And long story short, I felt like I finally got the degrees. I finally got all the education that I needed. And when I went to go apply for a job, I couldn't find a job. Like I was getting turned down left and right. And that was mind-blowing to me. And it made me feel like I didn't have control.
Hmm.
And so what I decided to do was to say to myself, I was not going to let anyone control my future when it comes to my financial security. So I did continue in my field, but I decided that I was going to learn, how to make money. And like I said, I had a family member that had learned about some investing, taught me a little bit. And, just through a series of honestly reading books, yes, but a lot of just trial and error. The past 25 years, I've been trading and have learned quite a bit and been pretty successful.
Cool. I love that. I love the sentiment behind that, like you being in control uh, of your own financial
Yeah.
future. What led you to start this business? What motivated you?
Oh, wow. I think what it at first it was, if I'm just being honest, um, I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to do something different. I was a little bit unfulfilled at work, and I felt like I had a skill set that I could teach other people. That's one reason. The other
Hmm.
reason is I felt like there was so much fear around investing in the stock market, and it made me like frustrated that I would hear people just speak out of fear and just a lack of knowing rather
Hmm.
than an educated understanding of what's not risky. And this was like permeating to my friends, right? Like, so there's one thing was just a random person saying, oh, the stock market is scary. But when you see your friends that are in financial difficulties and they want to learn more, but don't have the resources or the people to show them, it really made me want to help. And so I just started, I thought to myself, what could I develop? And this is what I came up with.
Cool. I love it. So we met about maybe 6 or 7 months ago, not been that long. What was your little business like before we met?
So, the way I started the business was I just got my friends together, like six of them, that I just trusted to just like try something just rough and dirty, like, hey, can you just listen to this? And and they did, me teaching and stuff like that. And they said, this is really good. And I was like, wow, okay, sure. I guess I can do this as a business. But I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. My background is not in sales. Actually, sales scared me because I didn't know how to do it. My biggest fear about selling was I didn't want to come off as salesy and
Hmm.
and taking advantage of people. And so when I would talk to people about the program, I just was nervous because I was concerned about how they wouldn't, sort of interpret what I was saying. And when I talked about pricing, how they would react and respond. So it was a struggle. I'll be very honest with you. I always was driven by wanting to help people. But when it came to the sales part, like actually, hey, this is how much it costs, this is, what we'll do in terms of payment, it always just was crash and burn. It was really rough. Um, so that's how it was before. That's how,
Okay,
and it
and
was very
so
uncomfortable. Yeah.
yeah, where is it now? You are working full time right now, so that's still your thing. But yeah, where's your
Yeah.
business now?
Right. Yeah. So now, um, I have more people than I can handle, which is amazing. But like you said, I am doing this sort of, I have a full-time job. But it's far beyond what I would have imagined at this point in the business, right? I had started the business almost exactly a year ago, October of 24 is when I started the business. And so now I feel so comfortable. Like it's really crazy. I'm a hardcore introvert. Um, and like I said, I was kind of nervous about sounding salesy and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I actually really enjoy sales calls. And that sounds so, even hear me say it sounds weird, but and I'll be honest, what and hopefully this doesn't sound too corny, but like you gave me the outline around how to do it. And that's what I need. I needed the education around how do I do this? And your approach was really something that resonated with me because it's not salesy. It's not like it didn't feel icky. Do you know what I mean? It felt
Yeah,
conversational. And that's how I'm wired, and so it felt good. And I felt comfortable with the framework that you provided. And so from there, I was able to really kind of settle into it and then, really add value with every conversation that I had with people.
that's cool. Would you be willing to share? Like, did you make any sales or like what does that look like?
Oh
Or
yeah, sure.
yeah, any like
Yeah.
accomplishments you're proud of or
So
be willing to share?
there's so many things. Promise you, I would have never thought I'd be in the point that I am in terms of like sales in the business. I always had to hire someone because I was too scared to do it. But I started with 0 people on my email list. I have 100 now, which is amazing to me. I did a workshop back a few months ago, an invited workshop, and I ended up spinning off my own private. So I'm sorry, this is a workshop that was done at a big conference. And so from that conference, leveraged my own private workshop where I then was able to get 4 or 5 people in my live premiere signature program,
Awesome.
which was fantastic, far on my expectations. So that was one huge win. Another huge win was learning from you, Tasha, like how not to freak out. And what I mean when I say that is, I had given a deadline around when the program would be, like like a deadline around when they could sign up. And I didn't have any people. Like I had like one maybe. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. What am I gonna do? And you just guided me through that. And like I said, by the end, I had a whole handful of people, and it just worked out really, really well. Like you gave me kind of like the protocol and the blueprint around the steps to take. And I just got super focused and did those things, and it was really, really successful. I also had a like a $5,000 revenue. Um, the cohorts was
Hmm.
huge, crazy. I didn't anticipate it. That was just one of the cohorts that I did. And that was fantastic as well. So those are just a few of the things. Honestly, I think my biggest takeaway or accomplishment is the confidence that I have.
Mm,
Like, I feel like I can talk to people about what I do with confidence. So whether it is about stock trading or something else, in the finance world, I know how to communicate with people. I have the foundational knowledge. Like you've taught me how to fish, if I can say it that way. Do you know what I mean? Which
Oh,
has been
yeah,
so
I love that.
powerful for me.
I
Yeah,
love it.
it's
That's
been
really cool.
really very powerful.
That's very cool. I was going to ask you how your mindset around sales and marketing shifted, but I think you covered that pretty thoroughly.
Yeah.
What would you say would be the top three things that you've learned that would be really helpful for anyone that is listening to this or watching this right now?
Yeah. I mean, one thing I would do is, so the way you have your program is you offer kind of like what I call office hours. Like basically a time where people can just log on and ask questions and things like that. Take advantage of that. I would really get in the weeds on what my problem was, where I needed help, where I would like I'd be ready to screen share things. Like I would really get very specific about where my challenges were so that I could get the best response from Tasha and Karen. You know what I mean? So that was really helpful. Obviously, the corollary to that is on the Facebook group and getting good engagement and interaction, asking questions on there. That's huge. Ask questions and don't be shy. That's one thing. The second thing I would say is go all in. You know what I mean? Like really make time for it. Because I mean, at least in the world, I don't have time for much. And I could very easily sort of say, like, I just don't have time, but I make the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, like literally, like, I make the time to do this. Like, I'm literally sitting in a car, having just left an event, and I'm making time to do this. And so,
Yeah.
whatever little time you can leave, kind of like pull together 10, 15, 20 minutes to just do something to push your business forward, do it. Like, don't wait for a whole half day thing. You may not get it. Do the 30-minute window. That would be the second thing. And I think the third thing is keep going, keep showing up, right? Like I think for me in the beginning, one of my challenges was like, well, what aspect of stock investing am I going to teach? And I kind of circled around that for a long time. And I was kind of I wasn't never gonna really give up, but I kind of just like, well, I don't know. I would say just keep showing up. You might have to iterate, you might have to refine things, but just keep working on it because I think that success a lot of times comes from the willingness not to give up more than anything else.
Yeah, I love that. That's really good. I kind of got goosebumps hearing that last part.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
how do you think being in the coaching program has helped you? And then what would you like to share with anyone who's thinking about working with us in the What to Say coaching program? What would you say to that?
So to anyone interested or thinking about it, considering it, um, do it. I can't speak more fervently or intensely about that. And I'll just be honest, I wouldn't call myself cheap, but I am very cost conscious, right? And so when I invest in something, I want to get a return. This investment has been far beyond, what I expected or imagined, full stop. And so, working with Tasha, working with Karen, getting that insight and feedback has been invaluable because this speaks to the part about specific coaching, right? Like I've read books and the books are great, and I've looked at YouTube videos and the YouTube videos are great, but to have someone like shoulder to shoulder, walking you through, showing you this, pointing this out. Hey, click on this. Hey, watch this video. And talking to you about your specific situation. And I'll just give a quick example. Um, I had a job, was working the job and was doing the business. And then literally all of a sudden I got a new job opportunity. And so I had to change the business up. And so through working with Tasha, I was able to rethink how I could do the business because I'll be honest with you, I was going to shut down the business because I couldn't do it. There was no way I could like do it. And I'm so serious about that. And from talking, with you and working with you, you helped me figure out how I could do both. And I can't be more grateful for that because I felt like I could do both, but I didn't know how to do both.
Mm,
And, just your expertise in trying to help me get there was everything. So my point about the coaching is that it's in your situation, you just need to sort of say, hey, I need someone to look at my business, my situation, and give me feedback for me, knowing that, for example, Lola's an introvert. How do we, you know what I mean? How do we handle that?
Yeah,
Like that was worth its weight in gold.
cool. I love that. That makes me really, really happy to hear that that was so impactful for you. What are some last bits of
Yes.
advice that you would like to give the Words That Work community?
Um, I would say again, keep showing up, do the work. Like, I'll just say one quick thing. One thing I would do, and this is, I don't know if I like recommend it necessarily, but like, I have a tendency to like, when I go in deep on the live sessions that Tasha has with the group, I will ask my question, I'll get feedback, and then I will go hard at doing that thing she told me to do. Sometimes to the point where I'll just be so tunnel visioned, I might skip, like a week or one of the sessions or two or
Yeah,
whatever. And I don't know if that's the part, I don't know if I would necessarily advise, but like do the thing. Like don't just listen. Don't just listen. Listening is important. Writing it down is important, but do it. Just go ahead and do it. Mess it up and come back to Tasha, be like, I messed it up. What do I do now? You know what I mean? Because it's when I started doing sort of the things that she was teaching me is where and I messed up. It was funky, it was clunky, and then I got better and better. And then things started rolling, money started coming in, and it's been awesome.
cool. I love that. If people want to connect with you, Lola, what is the best way to do that?
I'm on Instagram, Lola on the move.
Lola on the move. All right, very good. And what's next in your business right now? What are you excited
Oh,
about?
gosh. Yeah, so kind of have revamped the business a little bit just to sort of help me manage sort of my new work activities. But very excited about launching a new email marketing campaign that Tasha's amazingly helped me work with and figure out for the next several months. And then I'll be launching the signature program again. It'll just be in a little bit of a different version to make it easier for me to facilitate sort of the things I need to do in my other life. So, but I'll still continue to do the program, which is everything to me. And sorry, one more thing is I actually have a specific target group that I'll be focusing on to get and generate new leads, which is going to be fantastic because I know it'll add value to them whether they do the program or not.
Yeah, I love that. Awesome. Lola, thank you so much for taking your time today to share all this wisdom and like also just like the really steadfast encouragement like you can do this, don't give up, keep at it. I really really appreciate every single time I talk to you, but even more so when you're
Oh,
giving motivational pep talks. Like I feel all pumped up like I'm going to go do it now. So I appreciate
let's
you
go.
sharing more. Let's go. Let's go, guys. So thank you
Period.
so much,
Let's
everyone.
go.
And we'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.